As the final evening arrived, we now had to get ready to leave the next day. We all had a great time, and it was hard to believe that our adventure was almost over. That morning, we waited at the dock for the Outer Island Excursions ferry. But one thing we noticed was that the tide was so low, and that was a concern because the ferry would have a hard time approaching Brandt's Landing on Orcas Island. The staff had a discussion about when we should leave our island because they knew that if we left too early, we would arrive too early, and then we would have a hard time landing in Orcas Island. But the skipper finally decided to leave, and we started our exit from Fossil Bay. But to our surprise, the skipper, instead of going straight to Orcas Island, instead turned north to Echo Bay. We were getting an impromptu tour of the fingers of Sucia Island, and we ended up at Ewing Cove. The skipper started turning the ferry into Ewing Cove and was giving us a tour of Ewing Island.
Is up. There's like a very easy ledge for seals and sea lions to haul out on right over here. A lot of the islands, especially around Sucia, have that ledge.
3 days ago, we were paddling around Ewing Cove and exploring and fishing. What a great way to revisit Ewing Cove again for the last time before we headed back to Orcas Island. With that nice little trip to Ewing's Cove, the skipper turned the boat over to the south to head back to Orcas Island, and we had one last glimpse of Sucia Island. Sucia Island in the distance, our attention was turned to Orcas Island and Brandt's Landing, and you could feel the skipper concerned about landing there.
Grab it, just have it up there with you. Oh, don't. Yeah, hook or that's the one right there. Yep, that's the one. Just in case you need to push off. Yep. Yeah. No. Thank you.
As we approached Brandt's Landing, the skipper asked us to all stand and go to the front of the ferry in order to weight down the bow and allow the motors to rise high above the sandy, shallow opening of Brandt's Landing. pylon at the mouth of Brandt's Landing showed just how shallow the landing was, and the skipper was concerned about that. As you can see, it was still very shallow. Our approach to Brandt's Landing was very slow and methodical, and you can see just how shallow it was when Kelly, the crew member, was just pushing the pole down. Didn't look like it was very deep at that point, and she had some concern about whether one pole was sufficient.
What?
We need 10 more sticks.
10 more? There might be one more.
Get in there.
Yeah. We don't need any more sticks. We're rolling through. We're good. We're almost through the shallowest of it. Alrighty.
You just could feel the relief the skipper felt as we went over the shallow port.
Woo! Alright, we made it in, everyone. Y'all can take a seat now. Thank you for playing along with that.
I'm gonna pop this back.